We will close this panel with a good friend from US, the representative of the US Embassy in Bucharest, who's working closely with us in everything we do in terms of policy for cyber telecommunication, and I thank you for that, Megan. I welcome you on the scene, and we look forward to your remarks. Megan Bishop.
Thank you, Pavel. Thank you, everyone, for being here today, and I wanted to give a special thank you to the organizers of this event who have made such a forum possible. I think this panel is particularly important as we think about the way that the world order will be shaped in the months and years to come, and how important these emerging technologies are going to become. I want to start by talking about cybersecurity and how the U.S. approaches it and what some of our priorities are with our international partners. When it comes to cyber issues, I cannot overstate the importance of building our cooperative efforts on a firm foundation of international cyber policy, including a widely understood and accepted understanding of what constitutes responsible state behavior in cyberspace, and the shared approaches that we use to hold states accountable when they do not act responsibly. For over a decade, the U.S. has worked with the international community to design and promote a framework for responsible state behavior in cyberspace with tremendous success. Romania has played an important role in this work as a member of the UN Group of Governmental Experts, or GGE. The framework we're advancing together has three key elements. First, it affirms that existing international law applies to state behavior in cyberspace. Secondly, it calls on all states to adhere to certain voluntary norms in cyberspace during peacetime. And third, it calls for the development and implementation of special confidence building measures to reduce the risk of conflict in cyberspace. We believe that together the elements of this framework generate trust, enhance transparency, and ultimately decrease the risk of conflict. They provide a strong foundation for the US-EU cyber cooperation moving forward. As we continue to work to strengthen the norms that shape state behavior in cyberspace, as we think about supply chain security, internet standards, issues surrounding emerging technologies, and the protection of privacy and data, we need to continue and deepen all of these dimensions of our relationship on an international level. There's also been a recognition within my organization, which is the Department of State, that we need to enhance our cybersecurity posture and our policies that reflect that to more accurately reflect the current reality and geopolitical situation that we find ourselves in. In April of 2022, the U.S. Department of State established a new bureau called the Bureau of Cyberspace and Digital Policy. There are three particular units within this bureau. The first is International Cyberspace Security. The second is International Communications and Information Policy, and the third is Digital Freedoms and promoting digital freedoms. We believe that by elevating these issues within the State Department, we're better positioning ourselves as a country to be a global leader on the topic. Our leadership is key to upholding global cyber norms that help the United States and the world mitigate proliferating transnational cyber threats. This structure also positions diplomacy to be purpose-fit for the 21st century. With our new bureau, we're more ready than ever to meet the moment, to tackle every opportunity and challenge with the rigor that these issues deserve. And I think they'll just become more complicated and complex in the future. Tying together the security, economic, and the democracy-affirming components of cyber and digital policy will hopefully allow us to be better positioned to look at issues like cyber resilience holistically. I'd like to move quickly also into issues surrounding 5G. The Biden administration views 5G as a priority, a high priority, and a matter of national security, as my colleague mentioned. And the U.S. advocates for a vibrant digital economy worldwide that enables all citizens across the world to benefit from the promise of fifth-generation mobile wireless networks. 5G is transformative and will touch upon many aspects of our lives and critical infrastructure such as transportation, electrical distribution, hardware, healthcare, and many more sectors. Therefore, the stakes for securing these networks could not be higher. 5G security can only be addressed effectively through a truly global approach with the cooperation of our international partners. The U.S. is committed to engaging on this topic with all of our allies and partners to promote open, interoperable, reliable, and secure information and community technology infrastructure. This will facilitate efforts to meet the security challenges of the future. The secure development and deployment of 5G infrastructure in both developed and developing countries is of critical concern to the United States. We're also working with our allies and partners to support a vibrant and diverse supply chain of trustworthy vendors for 5G security and telecommunications equipment and devices. This includes support for open, interoperable approaches and technologies that have the potential to enhance and promote market competition, as well as lower costs and increase transparency. Countries and citizens need to be able to trust that 5G equipment and software will not introduce risks that threaten national security, personal privacy, or human rights. Trust cannot exist where information and communications technologies and services providers are subject to an authoritarian government, like the People's Republic of China under the leadership of Communist Chinese Party, which subjects domestic companies to broad intelligence and national security laws and lacks an independent judiciary and rule of law to protect companies and consumers. Governments, telecom sectors, and network users should prioritize security when building out their 5G networks. We applaud Romania's efforts to secure its 5G networks by barring untrusted vendors through legislation that was passed in June of 2021, and will continue to work closely with Romania as a partner on these issues. Romania continues to establish itself as a regional leader both on 5G in cybersecurity and also in emerging and developing technologies. I'd like to congratulate Romania again, and I have in multiple forums, for the establishment of the ECCC, the European Cybersecurity Competence Center, which is really going to position Romania as a regional leader in innovation, development, research, and technology on cybersecurity issues. And of course, cyber and digital affairs has been a pillar of our decade-long strategic bilateral partnership between the U.S. and Romania. Romania has also been a steadfast partner in disrupting malign networks. I'm glad to see that Romania's hard work in supporting responsible state behavior in cyberspace is recognized through the creation of this center. And as I mentioned, we very much seek to continue this partnership with Romania, and also to advance our agenda of creating an interoperable, transparent, and accessible internet and digital communications infrastructure for all. Thank you very much.